Hey guys, hope everyone's having a great day. We got an interesting one for you. I kind of teased this in my last video, my PSA preview. Go check that out if you haven't yet. But we got a box of the new, I say new, it's called 2021, but this just came out. It's Topps Chrome Tennis Sapphire. So super excited about this. Topps got the rights to, I think they reached a deal with the Players Association for tennis. So they came out with a few tennis cards. They had a Topps Chrome tennis set that came out earlier this year. I didn't pick up any of that because I didn't think the checklist was that great and the price was kind of high. So I avoided that. Unfortunately, I really wanted to buy in. But they came out with this Sapphire version of it, and it was like 60 bucks a box. So figured we'd give it a shot, and that's what we're going to do today. So it should be a fairly quick rip, 8 packs per box only, and only 4 cards per pack. So not a ton going on. The checklist is interesting. There's some inserts in there. There's I think 100 card base set checklist. So we'll see what we get. I was looking at it before. There's none of the big three. If you guys aren't familiar with tennis too much, there's basically been a big three since, you know, the 2010s and the 2000s. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. You've probably heard of at least one of those guys, and none of them are in the set. I looked at it. I am very familiar with tennis, both men's and women's, more so men's, but I can name a lot of players, and there were some people in this checklist that I was not aware of whatsoever. I mean, they just found these people in like a back alley. I'm not too sure how they got in this set, but we're going to open it and have some fun. There's 2 parallels per box, it says on average. Not on average, it says per box, so we'll see if that's true. I've been shorted in Sapphire before, but I think this is a short enough rip where if we run into one of our hits, we'll save it for the end because this should not take very long at all. First look, doesn't look like we have a hit in this, so we can kind of check out the design here. Definitely Sapphire, looks very, very nice. This is Anna Ivanovic. Very good player, former top 10 player. I don't think she's been around too much lately, but very good. This looks like it might be the Australian Open with that blue court, or it might just be the design on all these cards. That's what it looks like. So cool one to start there. Next we've got this is one of those I've heard the name. I don't know much about him. We got Kafelnikov, definitely an older player. You can tell there by the style, maybe 90s, 2000s. This one we got a very old player, Charles Passerelle. Not too familiar with him either. Like I said, lots of names in here I just haven't heard of. This one I have heard of, Pam Shriver. She is a great player. So that was our first pack. I think Ivanovic was definitely our best card out of there, at least for me. Pam Shriver might have better accolades overall. So it doesn't look like a hit out of this one, I don't think. Next looks like a wheelchair tennis player. I don't know really any of them, but you know, Bosch. Oh, next we've got an American, Madison Keys. Enjoy watching her sometimes. Oh, there we go. That's probably what we're looking for right there. Pete Sampras, one of the greatest players of all time. 14 Grand Slam singles titles for men's tennis. Iconic player. Love his form, love his game. Really, really cool watching him. So that's going to be our best card. Might have to sleeve that up. And then Stan Smith, kind of a classic, has an Adidas shoe named after him. We'll set that there. We'll get that Pete Sampras sleeved up because without the big three, this is probably the best card in the entire set. And this is one of the first, I guess, I'm assuming this is the second Topps tennis product because that Topps Chrome that came out earlier this year is probably the only one they've had since they just got the rights. So very cool there. Really happy to hit that. Might have to grade that. Still looking for 2 hits here though. Hopefully we get them. Nothing in here. Oh, you guys know her, Billie Jean King. She had that not documentary, she's had a movie about her though, where she played a men's player and won way back in the day. So pretty cool in there, pretty legendary. She's still around in the tennis scene. See her pop up at the US Open sometimes. Got someone I haven't heard of, Jan Kodis maybe? Don't know anything about him. We got Lorenzo Sonego. He's an Italian player. He's been in the top 50 for a while now. Very talented player. Definitely beaten Novak Djokovic before. I remember that match last year. Kind of ended Djokovic's winning streak. Then we got Michael Stitch. Not too familiar with him. So keep moving. This is very cool for me. Like I said, Topps has never had a tennis product before, so the fact that they're making Topps Chrome Sapphire tennis is so mind-blowing to me. I'm a huge fan. I hope they can bump up these checklists, kind of improve the design on some stuff in the future. Looks like we've got kind of a green or an aqua. They're not the easiest parallels to hit out of this product, so they must have made a decent amount of it. We're going to save that one for the end, like I said. Moving on, doesn't look like anything out of here. Next we've got a Jan-Lennard Struff. He's got a pretty big game, big serve. Does pretty well on grass usually, like his game. We've got Ann Lee, another women's tennis player. Got Frances Tiafoe. If you guys don't know, this is one of the top American players right now, if not the top American player. Him and Taylor Fritz kind of go back and forth, but he just broke the top 10 very recently. Pretty cool story on him. His dad was like a janitor at a country club where they played tennis, and so Tiafoe kind of picked it up, going to work with his dad, and just absolutely took off, stuck to it, grinded, and he's doing pretty well for himself now. And then Martina, I'm not exactly sure how to say her last name, Trevisan, another Italian women's player. On the women's side, we're really looking for a few. I'll try to point them out if we hit them, but I haven't hit anyone that I'm too big a fan of yet. Mandlikova, don't know anything about her. Got a Conchita Martinez. She's an older player, Spanish. Got Yuri Vesely. He is a Czech player. Pretty good game. He gets very streaky sometimes. And then last but not least, out of this pack, we've got Sabeth Wild. He actually just beat Daniil Medvedev, who's like number 2 or 3 in the world. It was kind of a shocking upset recently. Looks like we got 3 packs left. This one feels thicker and might have our second hit. Nope, just crazy. So we got Amelie Mauresmo. She's another pretty popular female tennis player. Doesn't currently play, but she was very popular back in the day. Here's one. We've got an insert. This is the Aces insert. Kind of looks like an ace playing card. This is Yannick Noah. Don't know a ton about him, but he is in the Hall of Fame apparently, so pretty cool. Looks like he's a Frenchman. Then we got Lin Zhu. Not too familiar with her. And this is another one, Valerie Ziegenfuss. I never heard that name before looking at this checklist. So, and I'm very into the tennis scene. I know a lot of players, more than I follow it closer than baseball. Ooh, what do we got there? Is that a? Please tell me that's a 1 of 1. Oh man, even if that's a red, that's super cool. But that looks pretty pink. Oh, okay, we'll do that one last. So this one is looks like a green there. So we're starting with Helena Sukova. Don't know anything about her. Do know Annette Kontaveit. She's I want to say she's Estonian, maybe Latvian. But she's a current female tennis player. Then we got, of course, Rod Laver. Incredible player from way back in the day. He played in like the 60s and 70s. Is he the only man to win the calendar Grand Slam? I think he's definitely the last one to do it, and the only one in the Open era to win all 4 Grand Slams in the same year. He did it in 1962, which wasn't the Open era, but then he also did it in 1969, which was in the Open era. So super cool one there. Obviously has a stadium named after him in Australia for the Australian Open. So very cool one to hit there. And then let's see what our parallel is. Looks like it is a man. Ooh, John Newcomb. Nice. So that's like a green or an aqua teal kind of thing. It's numbered to 199 there. John Newcomb, he's got a tennis camp down here in Texas actually called Nukes. I know a lot of people that have gone to that say it's pretty fun, but yeah, Newcomb was a great player back in the day, so really cool to hit that one. Put him up there with Pete. And here we go. Let's see what this is all about. This one looks promising. I know they've got popper dashes or whatever they are in here, so go from the back. We've got Taylor Preston. I don't know anything about her. But then we've got one of my favorite players, my favorite American players, Mackie McDonald. Mackenzie McDonald. He played at UCLA with Maxime Cressy, who's also on the tour right now. Really like McDonald's game. He's very kind of reserved, but he's got a nice flat forehand, kind of two-handed backhand, platform serve. Like watching him. If you get a chance, you should check him out. Next, we've got Christina McHale, another American player, obviously on the women's side. Ooh, okay, let's see what this is all about. It looks pink to me. I don't know who she is. No, I was hoping to be someone we know. Is this a 1 of 1 though? Okay, well I hyped that up for no reason. That's a Francois Dur. I know nothing about her, but that's numbered to 299. I gotta see what parallel that is. If you look on the back, there's quite a few parallels here. Looks like that might be a fuchsia, so bit of a bait there, but that's all right. A 1 of 1 is about the same to me as this one because I have no idea who she is. Is she in the Hall of Fame? She is a Hall of Famer, I guess. So pretty cool. That's our first exposure to some Topps tennis cards. They already made a Sapphire product. I'm very happy with that. I think my favorite cards were definitely the Mackenzie McDonald base. Big fan of that one. We got the John Newcomb. That is yeah, so I think that's an aqua. Looks like it's gonna be an aqua, numbered to 199. So pretty cool there. And then my favorite card from the whole thing, Pete Sampras, of course, one of the legends. Pretty much the GOAT outside of the big three. So really happy to hit that. Might have to grade it. Big fan of this. Hope they continue to improve the tennis products and come out with more. Maybe get a few more big names to sign. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this, and thanks for watching. See ya.